Okay, Saturday, 22nd of February 2025. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Psychology Saturday. Understand yourself and others better. Keeping things to yourself. Now, I've done some videos in the past about knowing when to reveal things, to tell things and to share things. But one thing I've subtly realised, and kind of learnt the hard way in life, is knowing when to keep things to yourself. In a sense of, one, practicality. Not everyone needs to know. Not everyone needs to know certain things in general, details, specifics, technicalities. Not everyone needs to understand things or know what you know. Fair enough. But also, more profoundly, is that as a man, what I've subtly noticed that we don't need to tell and broadcast everything to the world. You know, I'm doing X and Y and Z and A and B and C. I'm building, I'm doing this. Although I think it would be cool, amazing, fun to talk about these things with people, I think you've got to balance it between talking about it casually and articulating thoughts and opinions, but at the same time avoiding approval-seeking behaviour. There was someone that I knew years ago that was doing a lot of that. He was sharing occasionally these specific things that were happening. I noticed that if these specific... Another person I knew had these specific situations as well, but that one wasn't sharing what was happening. This one was. Similar situations, one person was sharing, the other person wasn't. And I thought instinctively, he's trying to get approval seeking. He's doing approval seeking behaviour. He's hoping to get someone to pat on his back, say, good job, you're doing a good job, keep going. That. Now, nothing inherently wrong with that. You know, some compliments and whatever else. That's nice. But I think as a man, you need to be strong enough to know what you want and don't want, and just to focus on it and just to build. And not to get distracted, and not to be having this need to articulate and share these thoughts and opinions and feelings. Just keep it inside. Now, I'm not saying bottle it up in the sense of, say, therapy, but in a sense of, you know what you're doing, you're working on it, this craft, this thing, keep going. Now, it's fine and fun to talk about it with other people, but do they really need to know, or would it, in the context of a conversation, and or, if you do talk about it, does it come across as needy, as approval seeking, as, are you telling them because it's relevant to the conversation? Or are you telling them to show off and boast, which is a bit narcissistic? I did a video about that. The world is too complicated to be narcissistic. Fair enough. And it's that. What's important fundamentally as a man is to just know what to do. Have this thing, this goal, this priority, this mission, objective, everything, and just focus on it. Focus. Refine that craft, improve that skill, build that thing, that. And I think it's best, I think and suspect it's best to broadcast it once a year, once every 6 months, once every quarter, something like that, when something is an absolute indiscriminate time, which is irrelevant. Once a year is nothing. But or when there's major milestones worth talking about, major milestones, and even then, it's nice where it's just a little link, little comment, as opposed to something big and broad and bombastic, because it comes across as approval-seeking behaviour. It can be misconstrued as being needy, being look at me, as opposed to letting the results show for themselves. And that's powerful. And fundamentally, again, if you know what you're doing and you know what you're focusing on, that's it. Leave it at that. Stay focused, and stay focused on the craft, on the mission, on the objective, and improve. Learn and grow, that's an important thing as well. Always improve. 1%, you name it. Things like that. But not everyone needs to know what you're doing. Even though it'll be fun to talk about it. And great, you could talk about it for an hour or 2 or 3 all day. Amazing. Not everyone needs to know. Unless it is contextually applicable. Fair enough. But that's very important. That's very important. Less of this and more of just building, working, focused. That's important. That's very masculine. That's very powerful, because you're just working like a train. You're just going. That's very important, and that's an important skill to cultivate, and a good resistance to have against needing to talk about it all the time with people, or having to wedge it into a conversation here and there needlessly. That's the thing, needlessly. If it's out of context, it doesn't matter. And also, it's nicer when they ask about it as opposed to you just talking about it. That especially is needy as well, not masculine. Masculine A masculine trait would be just to focus and build with a mission in mind. That's it. It's more feminine to talk about it. It feels nice and it's fun, and there's things I could talk about for an hour or two, don't get me wrong, but I keep it in here. Or more poetically, heart, mind and soul, keep it inside, and I know what I'm doing, and just stay focused. That's the key. Focus, focus, focus. And I'm sure I did some videos about this as well. Just staying focused and building. Powerful. Powerful, powerful, powerful. And it's good. And then over time, things happen. And I saw an interesting tweet recently that said in 6 months' time, one or two things are going to happen. 6 months of excuses and delays and messing around, or 6 months of progress. That's powerful. And just like with this vlog, when I first started it, I knew that over 6 months I'd have a nice big catalogue of content to share and post. That'd be priceless. And 6 months, 12 months, 2 years of building and focused. Oh my, wow, that's amazing. A lot of things can change in 6, 12, 24 months. Wow. Especially when it's monetized, especially when it's cash flowing, especially when it's growing. That's amazing. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.